And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Effect Podcast's continuing bi-weekly, that's an American term, or fortnightly stream. What do they call it in Australia, Thomas? Jason?
Fortnight.
What is it? Excellent. Yeah, because you're sensible people.
Yeah.
Bi-weekly indeed. Our fortnightly foray into the into World War II Russian front with the Night Witches. I'm Matthew, and I'm taking over as GM because we have changed duty stations, and in this game, the GMs rotate. Do we have a special word for the GM, Thomas? I don't remember.
Oh, that's a fair question. I don't know if we. I think that there probably is a special name. I will look. No, it's just GM. It's just GM. It's GM moves in the book. So
yeah, GM moves. Okay, cool. So let's now we've got some returning characters and we've got some new characters. We're also missing, of course, about the tragic death of two of our most loved characters in the previous adventure. So I'm going to start off by asking you some questions, some of which are going to come from the book here. I think I'm going to go through all of them, but I'm also going to add a couple. And the first one I'm going to ask, and I want this for all the old hands, and maybe for this new pilot, Julia, as well. And that is 6 months have passed since the tragic deaths of our comrades. How are you all feeling about that? Let's start off with Alia, the leader of the detail. Anusha, I should say.
Yeah, sure. Of course, she's completely devastated. She feels that her decision to mount the machine guns on the plane was the cause of making the plane heavier and of course, make the plane crash. So she's feeling devastated. Even she's promoted. She's now a senior lieutenant, but she's completely devastating, not talking to anyone. She's being self-isolated in her bunker, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's cut across to the new girl, Anya. You joined us only in the last session. You didn't know your colleagues so well.
No, and I never understood. There was something going on there. I could feel some sort of strange tension in the air, but and then they crashed. So yeah, well, of course, it's always tragic that people die, but such is life in wartime. And she didn't have any strong bonds with either of them. So
Jason, do you want to introduce the new pilot navigator? I don't know, and tell us what she thinks.
Yes, so I am now playing Sergeant Yulia Salenkova. She is small and a little bit flighty. She's always, eyes darting around the place, very jumpy. She joined to fill one of the empty bunks after that tragic mission 6 months ago. And she's been feeling a little bit tense since then. She feels like everyone's a little on edge.
And what do you think of your flight leader, Anusha, who's been quite isolationist and not very talkative these last 6 months?
Yeah, she's a little bit odd. Haven't really interacted with her. It's a little awkward, a little uncomfortable.
Cool. Zyka, you were suffering from illness on that fateful flight. How have you been getting on these last 6 months?
Not good. I'm missing my comrades, and have done my best to try to cheer Anusha up, but it has been very hard. So I've tried everything, and also have very hard to not get the "told you so" because I'm not the commander.
Nobody died under your
Yeah.
only non-player characters died under your leadership. Okay, and Valentina, you're returning to the regiment, aren't you?
Yes, I've been. I've returned. I'm gaunt. I look much more hard-eyed than I did when I left. Under the generous care of the NKVD's re-education support facilities, I have grown as a person and developed a true love for Comrade Stalin. So I've come back, and as far as I'm concerned, actually, neither of them are dead. I still talk to them.
Oh, really?
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what do you say to them? I'm intrigued.
Well, I'm constantly apologising to both
because
of them
they did
for my
save you from a
failures.
bourgeois lifestyle, didn't they?
They did, and I thank them for that. I thank them for that every morning and every night, and you can hear me muttering to them all the time. Like at night in my bed, last thing I do before I go to sleep is I mutter, a quick thank you to both of them for saving me, and then in the mornings when I wake up, I mention it again. They are my constant companions.
Very well. Can I just come back to you, Julia, and ask, in game terms, so out of character for a moment, what personality and what role did you choose for your playbook and your role within the team?
Yeah, so Yulia, I went with the Sparrow playbook.
Mm-hmm.
So
small and flighty, of course. Yes.
Yep, small flighty.
It gave us the clues. I just totally ignored them.
So it is. Yeah, and so she is taking the role of the dreamer.
Excellent. Right.
Yes.
So 6 months have passed since our last adventure, and from a hastily converted civilian airfield here in Pashkovskaya, you are supporting the Black Sea Fleet in the battle for the Caucasus. Caucasus? I can never say that word. Caucasus. Anyway, in the battle for this part of Russia. The Germans are pushing hard, but you are pushing harder. You're sharing this field with the celebrated, and of course, all male, 218th Fighter Regiment. And they've requisitioned everything of utility or value, leaving you with the scraps. Anusha, what completely unreasonable demand has been made on the regiment?
Unreasonable demand. Okay. They asked us to clean the barracks for the men. That was very degrading for us, because we consider ourselves equal to them, but still the sexist way of the army come to the clear face.
Right. So I just lost my questions, so move forward a chapter. Come back here, questions. Where have we gone? Give me a moment. I've entirely lost my chapter. Duty stations. Pashkovskaya. Anya, when is Lieutenant General Igor Miroshnichenko, commander of the 4th Air Army, arriving for inspection?
When? Okay, right. The day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow. Okay, excellent. Yulia, what steps have been taken to keep the regiment efficient in such close quarters with her brothers in the 218th?
a lot of supervision. The NKVD is patrolling a lot now.
Are there more NKVD
I
officers?
think there are more NKVD officers.
And is that more sort of female NKVD officers attached as chaperones, or is it more male ones as well?
I feel like it's more females as chaperones. Mhm.
Okay, John Zaka, what does the shared military airfield at Pashkovskaya look like?
Well, it's very crowded,
Mm-hmm.
and we have our tents very close to the airfield. When our brothers have their good spacious barracks a long way, so we can hear every plane that starts and lands during the nights and days.
Excellent. Well, you've answered the next question as well, because the next question was, where are the overcrowded women's barrack tents shared with the 586, and where are the spacious huts of the 218th? So well done, yeah. But you've explained that. We're next to the runway, next to the engines and all that noise. Where are the motor... So, Valentina, where are the motor repair hard stands, the armourer's bunker, and the command tent?
So I think they're considering the fighter unit seems to have all of the good. I assume they're placed near the fighter unit, so they're all controlled by the fighter unit. We might have some repair facilities, but they're the kind of rubbish ones on the side. We don't have any hard stands or anything like that. We have to go past the men's barracks to get to the armourer's facility to retrieve things. So we get criticised, judged every time we walk back with, a couple of bombs, that sort of thing. And I think the commander's tent is probably, or commander's building is probably shared between the two units, but we've got like small rooms at the front or something, and they've got like a giant planning, big tables, maps, that whole story.
Excellent. Yes, we will explore that in some more detail later on. Well, on the last question, I'm going to roll a dice here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Ulia again. What object just beyond the perimeter is a stark reminder of war's cost?
Just beyond the perimeter, there was a farm just a bit beyond the perimeter, which has been destroyed.
I've got there's a supplementary, not really question, it's an instruction here that I've never seen anything quite so definite in a PBTA game, but it says draw it. But you don't need to draw it straight away, but maybe we'll see that in a couple of weeks' time. But right, so there will be a mission this evening, and then there will be another day and another mission, and then the inspection. So what are you all doing this morning?
So what season are we in? And
there's a question. Well, I'll tell you what, it's quite warm. What season were we in 6 months ago, Thomas?
It was very hot. Yes.
Well, it's between March and May 1943, like where we are now. It's March and May.
Yes, it's between March and May 1943. Here, as it says on the top of page 109. Yeah. So it's spring turning into early summer.
Have we been on some sort of leave in between?
No, I think we've just jumped forward in time. I think there have been missions.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You may well have been here for some time already, I think.
Okay.
So I'm recently returned from re-education. So in the mornings, I start every morning by just mentioning to Valia that I'm keeping an eye on everyone. I tend to mutter to myself a lot. I check in with the Politruk every day just to report on what I've seen. Make sure that the Politruk is aware of all the goings on. So that's almost like the first thing I do every morning is bring a little conversation. And I do it very openly. Like there's no pretense. There's no me sneaking around. I just literally rock up at the Politruk's door every day and do that.
Which is what every good citizen should do, really, shouldn't it?
100%.
It's not up to you to work out what's significant or not. Just tell the Politruk and they will make decisions based on what intelligence you bring them. Yeah.
They're better informed. I've learned that.
Obviously. Yeah.
They spend a lot of time talking to me about that. And I will then, once I've done that, I will check in with Anusha about anything I can do around cleaning, keeping things tidy. I tuck my,
Well, I was going to ask that.
Perfectly.
Actually, on that cleaning thing, there was a call some weeks ago for volunteers from the regiment to help with keeping the fighter pilots' barracks clean and tidy. As an eager servant of the Soviet, were you one of those first volunteers?
Oh, absolutely. Particularly if it came, down through the appropriate channels.
Yeah, it was an official request, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anusha, that was. I mean, you feel that it's an unreasonable request, but it was made officially, wasn't it, Anusha?
Yes. It was making officially and with some sort of condescending tone to it. And Anusha is boiling down from the inside. She's feeling that her sisters, that the memory of her sister is not that to serve the barracks of the men, but to fight in the war. They were equally brave, and they did the mission that the men didn't do.
I'm just thinking, do we know who the commander of the 518th is?
The 588th or the 200 and whatever it is.
18th.
218th.
No, sorry. The male regiment, which I think is the 500 and let me remind myself where we're
218th.
218th, is it?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, then the 218th. Who do we think the commander is? Because I'm already thinking that he's going to give you a lecture about how the role of women in victory is also cleaning as well as flying your little missions. Because an efficient air army is a clean air army.
Nice. I agree. Couldn't agree more. Major Ivan Gregorovich. How does that sound as a name?
I was going to go with Konstantin, but we'll go with Gregorovich as well. Konstantin.
Ooh, I like Konstantin.
He is very smart and did give you a bit of a lecture. I mean, you obviously, he's not questioning your loyalty, but he felt he did need to give you a bit of a lecture on all the many ways in which the fair SX can help the war effort. So apart from Valentina, who is an eager volunteer, have you drafted anybody else onto that cleaning detail?
I try.
Well, yeah, I'm just looking at Nusha as squadron, as flight leader.
No, she's completely disregarding this command. And also I have a mark that I took last time called dangerous attention to myself.
Very well. So what are you doing, Anusha, this morning before before the mission briefing this afternoon?
I'm just checking the planes for repair, and yeah, because our plane is completely destroyed last time. So
yeah, I think
I'm
you got a new PO planes.
yeah. So
well, not when I say new, I mean
yeah,
new to the squadron, not necessarily brand new from the factory.
yeah.
I think I might get you to make a roll on that to see.
Sure.
To see how the thing is, and hopefully I've got the old chart here because I got it up earlier on, but I've just remembered I'm changed and went to the duty station to have a look at that. Where is the night moves? And yeah, there we go. Just as a quick version of it. There's what there's our, excellent. Our ruined farm. Where is the moves table? What page is it? I've lost it. I had it up and then I moved away.
You can find it in the handouts.
I haven't got that. Oh, have I got it? No.
It's on page 98.
Thank you.
At least of the paper version.
School diagram. Good. Right, I'll share that.
Okay.
So, but I'm thinking this is an eyeball. Thomas, no, Nusha. So, as you're checking over the aeroplanes, do you want to make a roll?
Repair roll, okay.
No, sorry, an eyeball to because you're inspecting them, aren't you?
And they're helping her also.
Excellent.
Okay, so eyeball. Eyeball plus skill. Okay, I have 3 skill. 10 plus 3.
Ooh,
13.
Okay, that's not bad, is it? Let's just have a look at what you can do with that. You're dedicating yourself to the planes, and sizing up the situation on a 10 plus, you can hold 2, which is to say that you can spend a hold now or later to ask a question, and you can take 1 forward when you act on your answers and give 1 forward to another and share in the outcome if you prefer. So do you want to ask any questions now about the planes? I mean, I can say they're all looking extremely flight worthy at this moment.
Okay, so I hold 2. Okay, I'm checking if I'm overlooking something in the plane, how to make it more quieter, more efficient. I want to just make the men in the barracks amazed by our skills. So I want this mission today to be perfect and without any loss.
You've noticed a little bit how, this is a biplane and the struts are wooden of some sort, I imagine ash or something like that. But of course, the 2 planes of the biplane are also strung together with high tension wire. And I think you've noticed that they vibrate more when they're loose. And if you tighten them up a bit, you can reduce the amount of vibration and therefore reduce the noise of the wind going through the wings when you're on your glide path. So I think that may be what you've done. And for that, I'll give you +1 in the mission pool. Oh, Thomas, I remember we didn't spend our mission pool last time, did we?
No, but it's gone because it only lasts for the mission.
It only lasts. Oh, right. Only lasts about. Okay. So +1
it's a new mission pool.
Okay.
And I'm confused about the forward. The forward. What does
Excellent.
it do?
So,
So,
Zyka, you came to help Anusha. Is there any particular reason why you were wanting to do that?
I'll try to cheer her up and talk about our beautiful planes and, well, make her feel better.
Okay, so are you reaching out to her to try and improve her mood?
Definitely.
Okay, so do you want to try and reach out?
Yes, and Anusha is I have regard for Anusha, so maybe I'll get a +1 on that, I think.
Oh, I'm just reading the rules here precisely, and you're meant to reveal a significant truth when you reach out. What do you think the truth is that you're revealing to her? I mean, it can be that she's a damn good flight officer. It might be as simple as that, but I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think it's that I'm totally scared, but I don't seem like it when I'm flying.
How do you want to express that to Anusha?
Well, I tell her that...
just in conversation, sort of sotto voce, as so only she can know. You're not telling anybody else.
Exactly. But I'm not sure how I'll do it exactly.
Cool. I'm guessing, as you're each typing each of the oh god, what's the word? Struts are the wooden things. I can't think what the wire things are. Never mind. Okay, do you want to make a roll then?
I can roll.
Now, I don't think there's a bonus for this from any of your stats. I think this is just a straight 2d6.
correct.
9.
9. Okay, so you can choose one of these. You can remove one harm from yourself and your friend, but currently I don't think you have any harm, do you?
No.
You can change the target and or tone of a currently filled regard slot, or you can add one to the mission pool.
It's 1 for the mission pool.
For
Okay.
sure.
Excellent. So, while the two senior members of the flight are off inspecting the planes, Anna and Yulia, are you two doing anything? Not necessarily together, or you can be doing two different things.
Well, given it's the morning, I think I am desperately trying to get a little bit of sleep in. Around the constant roaring of planes going past. But I want to be rested before the mission tonight. So
The fighters, of course, fly during the daytime because they're fast and not so easily hit as you. So there's constant takeoff and taxiing and just running the engine next to your tent for no reason at all, while the men discuss how beautiful their planes are.
Yes.
So yeah, while you're in the tent sleeping, Anya, what are you doing?
Julia.
Yes.
How? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from a few places. I moved around a lot.
Do you have family?
When I was younger. Not really.
I'm not disturbing you, am I?
Oh no, it's okay.
Yeah. You know this. You have family, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean the army. The army is my family.
The army is your family. Yeah, it's becoming my family too. You know, my parents died quite soon after the revolution. I was born in the year of the revolution. It's the glorious revolution, but then my parents
You were born in 1688. That's what we call the Glorious Revolution here in the UK. But carry on.
And I was taken in by another family. They were friends of my parents, and they had a son. Well, they have a son, I think. He's called Alexander, Sasha. And we grew up together, and we were destined to get married, but then the war came. And he is a man after all. Yeah.
Yes.
He didn't like me wanting to join the war effort and all this, and so he broke up our engagement. I went off to sleep with someone else. But I haven't tried to contact him. I don't know where he is, but yeah. 6 months ago we lost 2 members that were dearly loved here. Although I didn't know them well, but I've been thinking, should I reach out to him? I mean, I guess I do still love him. What do you think?
Oh, me? Oh, well, I think it's important to maintain connection.
Even though he betrayed me and yeah.
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't reach back out to him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Well, thanks. Sorry to disturb you.
Oh, that's all right. Okay. I'm going to sleep.
I think that was a reaching out.
I think that was a good enough reaching out. You told a lot about your family, so there's some and your relationship. So there's definitely some truth. So do you want to roll 2d6?
Yeah. That was also my mark last time. Tell the story of 10. So that's a 10.
Nice, that's a
so I
full
get
success.
2. So 1 to the mission pool. 1 to the mission pool and change the target or tone of a
existing regard. But if you haven't got a regard, you can't do anything.
Well, I've got a regard for Anusha, but I'm not sure I want to change it. Or maybe I do, because I admired her after the last time, trying to save me with that shotgun, or no,
with the gun.
With the gun shenanigans, but then she's gone into seclusion or withdrawn. So maybe I don't have that much admiration for her. Maybe I'm disappointed
in Anusha. Oh, Anusha's going to hate that. She never wants to disappoint anybody. You should tell her that at some point. Right. So I'm going to do a GM move here now, I think. Valentina, you're seemingly the only woman from your flight who's doing her duty in the men's barracks and currently sweeping the floor of the men's barracks. When a man who a flight sergeant, similar rank to you or to most of you, sort of offers to kind of take a dustpan and brush and sweep out under the beds, helping you.
No, of course, we're all one one team. So I thank him for his help.
Well, of course, you're right. We are all one Air Force, are we not, sister?
We are, and thank you for your doing your patriotic duty. So proud right now, and I'm, it's just disappointing that my own unit doesn't see the importance of us all working together.
And of course, I don't want. Yes, it would be better, wouldn't it, if we all helped each other in these regards, and that maybe more of your squadron came here to help. But I have a rather urgent request. I'm flying soon, but I'm just wondering. Well, I'm good, and he's got a really. He's wearing his flight suit at the moment, but he's got a very smart jacket that he picks up off his bed, of a properly cut, tailored sort of uniform jacket, and he points out where the sleeve has come away around the top of the armhole here. So foolishly, I was getting into my plane in my best jacket, and it caught on the handle to the canopy, and just. It pulled the sleeve almost half off here. Now, of course, I can't sew, and I was just wondering whether you might have time this evening. I mean, you've been so helpful thus far. Could you sew this back on for me? I mean, there's an inspection I hear in a couple of days' time. I don't want to let the squadron down, or I don't want to let the station down. And you women are so light-fingered, and you taught these things. I mean, I blame my bourgeois mother for not teaching me all the skills of the working man. But this is one that I don't have. I'm just no tailor.
I understand completely. I would be very happy to sew that together for you. I'll ask my friend Valia to give me a hand doing it later.
Who is your friend Valia? Is she she's the NKVD officer, isn't she?
No. She's another pilot in the flight.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. I'm getting confused. I'll write that down. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Very well.
I'll get her to give me a hand.
I'm so grateful. He says. Now, I've really got to go for a briefing now, and he leaves the half-filled dustpan on the floor, somewhere convenient where you can find it and easily dispose of it.
It's very helpful.
And leaving the jacket with you, he rushes out of the barracks, and the door swings shut in a beautifully sort of windproof, draft-proof sort of way that makes you envy that. The nights are getting warmer. Down here it is warm. You don't really need draft-proof. In fact, you'll be looking forward to drafts later on when your tents get really hot. But these huts are nicely double skinned. They'll stay quite cool in the hot weather when it gets hotter.
Wow. But they are, the best of us. They're the fighter pilots. They're going out there every day and fighting the fascists.
That is true.
But I will be sure to mention tomorrow when I give my report to the Politburo that one of the fighter pilots has admitted to a bourgeois background and a lack of appropriate industrial skills.
Excellent. Yes, of course. That's exactly the right thing to do.
It is. I had a bourgeois mother, and they helped me understand how bad a thing that was.
Yes, and you've learned, haven't you? You've learned.
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Yes. That sort of education can be so liberating, can't it?
It's very liberating.
And so What are you going to do this sewing job straight away, or?
Oh no, I'll finish sweeping, and then I will go and find a needle and thread. Which probably I'll ask Anusha, because Anusha would be the sort of person who'd have a needle and thread.
Okay, Anusha, do you have a needle and thread, or do you wish you had somebody that could scrounge in the detail?
Yeah, don't. Memories is haunting her. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she have, because she's sewing her outfit, or maybe her sister's outfit, because it's already torn apart. It's already torn apart, so they patch it all the time.
So Valentina comes in with this, clearly very nicely fitted out men's flight jacket. Anusha, I need a needle and thread. I don't have one myself.
Okay, sure. She silently give it to her. Did she notice the outfit or the clothes?
I assume they're not what we've got, so I assume they're quite noticeably different.
Properly tailored.
Yeah.
The squadron. I mean, it's one of the best squadrons in the Air Army, so it's
Only
the
best.
Yeah.
This is for the 218th Regiment.
Yes, one of them very generously asked for my assistance, and so myself and Valia are going to fix it.
Always this God. Okay, just take it. But okay, I will have another talk with the commander. Okay, just take it for now.
Okay. So I go off. I'm terrible at sewing, and because I have literally no skill in the space, and more importantly, I'm talking to a dead person about how you sew.
Oh yes, right. Yes, it's coming back to me now. I thought I recognised that name.
Valentina, who's Valia?
Well, Valia. You remember Valia? She's around all the time. She's always giving me a hand, along with Anusha. And I just quietly mutter to myself and start sewing this jacket together.
Yeah, I'm seeing Valia, and sorry, I forgot the name of Jason. Aliana, yeah.
Aliana.
I see them all the time. Yeah.
So do I. I really think we should give them back their plane.
Are you all right, Valentina?
I'm fine. I'm completely fine.
Okay. I'm a bit confused, but I guess everyone has his own vision to mourn.
Right. You realise it is time for your mission briefing, though, Anusha.
Yeah.
So you and the other section leaders have to head to the planning office, which, of course, is right in the centre of the male regiment's fighter squadron. As was described, they have a large briefing room, and at the front of that, in what might otherwise have been a secretary's room, the leaders of the women's regiment crowd together to get their briefing. And I am going to give you a choice of missions.
Sure.
So we have, and others, you can discuss this with your leader. She's the only one in the briefing, but if you will have an opinion on this, go ahead.
Zaika is with me, right?
Zyka's probably with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think sergeants are generally not invited to this, but the rest of you could cram in. So I've got a number of missions. Harassment of German positions near the Karamitsvoy Zavod rail junction. Expect searchlights and flat car mounted anti-aircraft guns. Bombing of a German supply depot near the front lines at Krasnodar. And here you might expect enemy combat air patrols. I'm not going to give you the third mission yet because I think that's not for now. The bombing of the Krimskaya fuel dump and rail yard near the city of Novorossiysk on the Black Sea. A low altitude attack on this target is suicidal. Hold on, this isn't last week's missions, is it?
No, I remember I was using the handout and it was wrong.
It's wrong.
So
Yeah.
we did do some of the Trudgoronyanka and some of the Pashkovskaya.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'm remembering some of those. So some of those may feel a little bit deja vu-y, but go ahead if that's what you want to do. Bombing the heavily defended village of Tayman behind the dreaded blue line. You can expect anti-aircraft artillery unless you come in over the sea, which itself is a dangerous proposition. And finally, conducting a daylight supply drop on the Malia Zemlya beachhead near Novorossiysk, tenuously held by Soviet naval infantry. No wayfinding role is needed for this mission, which, since you lost your best decorated wayfinder, that might be a good one to go for. To reach the target, all planes will first have to endure enemy fire. Anyone participating in this mission advances.
Okay, after the reach out, of course, she's going to Zyka. Okay, what do you think, Sister Zyka? What should we do?
I'm thinking of the overseas mission. It's dangerous and daring, but we could take them by surprise. And then maybe we can get out before they...
So that's the bombing of the heavily defended village of Tayman.
Yes.
Behind the dreaded blue line.
But it's up to you, but I think we should keep to night missions because that's who we are.
Yeah, okay. I trust you, Zyka, and I trust your choice. I hope that you were the leader in the last mission. Okay, I still dreaded this day, but let's avenge our sisters.
Yes, I lost a plane too when I was a commander, so it happens to everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but they weren't such valued crew.
Of course. This was just for my advancement.
So, okay. Do you want to? Just looking at, we've got 5 crew here. That means we're who's navigating and who's flying in this in these three planes.
I'm navigating, and Zyka is flying, I guess.
So you and Zyka are taking one plane with Zyka as the pilot and Anusha as navigator. Valentina, I don't know whether you ever got to be defined as a pilot or navigator. What's your choice?
I'm a better pilot than I am a navigator.
Excellent. And Ulia?
I am actually a better navigator, I believe.
Excellent. And Anna?
I'm a navigator. I'm not a pilot.
Excellent. So we have one non-player character pilot who will be will be somebody whose name I'm going to randomly roll up by changing Russian names of boys to girls. On. Kira. Yeah. Let's have Major General Kira. What's the name of
Nightly.
DS9.
DS9, that's it. Kira is a very well-built, but quite a loud-mouthed, very, shall we say, confident pilot who, Anusha, you think she might be gunning for your position as flight leader one day. But she is new, so she's obeying orders currently. And which of you navigators is flying with Kira, and which of you is... How many navigators have we got here? Who's a navigator? Hands up if you're a navigator. That's it, right? Yes. So Valentina, you're a pilot. So who's flying with Valentina and who's flying with Kira?
I can fly with Valentina.
Cool. And then I will be with Kira.
Excellent. I'll keep you in order, young lady, says Kira. Just do as I say and give me instructions clearly when it comes to map reading.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll look after you. Right. So then, Alia, Anusha, which roles do the various crews have? Who is going to be the wayfinder? Who is going to be the I'm forgetting these roles. Let me go back to the rule book. No. Night moves. Where's the night moves? There we go. Oh, did we never share that screen? Hold on. Let's share that screen. Where's that screen gone again? Oh. Well, I'll look at it here. I can't see it on the screen at the moment. Oh, God. Give me a moment. This is where. I see. It's because I put that on full screen. Shrink it down off full screen and then share it. There we go. Share and get rid of that. There we go. Can we all see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So who is going to be doing the wayfinding? Who is going to be doing the attack run? And who is going to be the Vedamaya?
I guess the attack run will be us, Zaika and myself. For the wayfind, okay,
You've got two navigators to test here.
Yeah. Okay, I will test Yulia.
Yulia as wayfinder?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which puts Anna as Anna and Valentina as
Vedamaya.
Vedamaya.
Okay, so let's go through this. Wayfinder. Right, so you're leading a flight to target at night, so you need to roll plus skill.
Yep. Okay, let's do this. Whoop. Rolling my pretty colorful dice this time. See how that goes for me. That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Just a straight
9
10
on the dice.
or
9 on the dice plus 1.
Plus
makes
1.
it a 10.
ha, says Kira. Excellent flying. I can see the target ahead. It's a textbook approach. And this time we've gone low over the sea. So it's been quite cold and salty and windy. And her goggles are kind of encrusted with salt, as are all of your goggles. But she seems to be very pleased. However, even though she kind of wants to launch the attack, she knows her instructions and peels away to support the section leader in flying the attack. So you can see this village. It's as you're heading for it, it looks quite well defended, but from the other side, not particularly from the sea. The lights, they've got kind of lights shining up into the sky, ready to catch pilots, but they seem to be on the other side of town, as it were. So it does seem to be relatively open to you.
Okay, we go for the drop.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody. It's dark. You turn your engines off, I'm guessing.
Yep.
To idle.
And I don't know whether I'm guessing you feather your propeller blades, but I don't actually know whether you can in these old boats. But either way, either the propeller blade sort of carries on going round, sort of driven simply by the pressure of air as you glide through, or it kind of flattens out a bit and goes still. And you're heading into target, so you need to make a move as a pilot, Zaika, and you need to do your attack run.
We have 3 mission pool.
I think it's 2 points in the mission pool, isn't it?
I guess 3.
No, it's 3.
Oh yes, Anna added one to the mission pool as well. Yeah.
Yes.
So we use one now. What do you think, Commander?
Well, you can use your mission points,
After the roll?
points after the roll, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm swooping in.
Yeah.
Snake eyes. 2 ones.
No.
Okay. So I'm actually going to pull a Vetemire move.
Yeah.
Which lets me do tempt fate to save the moment.
Excellent.
So I can roll tempt fate,
Which is plus guts.
plus guts, which I have, so that's lucky.
Excellent.
And I will roll. I forgot my dice, so I'm using a dice app. Oh, did I just?
Get out. Just get out.
There we go. That's better. Sorry, screen's died. All fixed. Okay. I got a 7.
7.
Yep. So that's I can take a devil's bargain or something, I think, isn't it?
So I can give you a worse outcome than the attack run, which is you still miss and you choose 2 consequences.
Or I can burn all 3 mission pool points and make it a 10.
Or you can burn all 3 mission points. Or I could give you a devil's bargain Or what else could I do? Or an ugly choice.
Okay.
Or spend 3 mission points and
And make it. If I spend the 3 mission points, then we get a successful attack.
yeah.
We?
On a
Well, that's what
10,
we
you
want.
do it. On a 10, you do it.
Okay, I reckon we do it. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Covered.
All
All right. All right. So I will burn all 3 mission pool points. Thank you very much for reaching out to each other and being so generous and kind. Win.
So what I think what happened was Zyka was lined up perfectly for the run. He'd seen the searchlights on the other side of the town. He hadn't spotted that the coastal side isn't totally undefended. The Nazis aren't idiots. And an anti-aircraft gun started up, and I reckon Zyka suddenly had to veer off target to avoid damage and thought the mission was lost. You know, either they're going to have to swing around and now be the target for maybe more guns. But underneath you, as you veered to the left and up, you saw sliding in underneath you, Valentina and Anya's plane coming in, dropping a bomb first of all on the anti-aircraft gun, and then on the target itself.
Alia just for a split second saw Valia and in the plane. But,
yes, guiding your hands, Valentina, guiding your hands.
She saw them in Valentina's plane, and she's remembered the good old days.
Yo, are you flying 113? Maybe.
Maybe I am. Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm jotting that down.
Right. Okay. So does that mean everybody's done this mission with no harm?
Unless someone chooses to launch a follow-on attack.
Yeah.
Come on, people, it's time to change. It's time for us to return without blowing up a plane. Give it going. See what it feels like.
And we return. I'm just signaling we did our mission. Let's return.
Okay.
Excellent. Right. So you're coming back. No wheels down this time. In the early hours of the spring morning, just as the sun is rising over the field, 3 planes, 3 undamaged planes, come back and land on the runway. And a successful mission is had, I believe. But let's just do a debrief, shall we?
Sure.
Right. So Alia and I guess Zyka as the lead plane. Will you tell your leader, whose name I've forgotten? Give me a moment. I'll remember her name in a moment. Captain Evgenia Lobodeva calls you back into the small receptionist office at the front of the headquarters building, where you always hold your briefings for a debrief, and in the early hours says, so have I heard right? The mission was a success.
Yes, the mission was a success. We blew up the target by the effort of Sister Valentina and all the crew. But I have a gripe to say. Every intel that we got is flawed. There was heavy, not heavy, but there was a defense near the sea. They told us that there is defenseless, but there was anti-aircraft guarding the sea. They
Are you
always
acting up?
Yeah. She's fed. She's been silent all her life, so she's angry.
I love Anusha. A little bit of success, and suddenly she's ready to give it to the man. Suffering from failure, she's meek and mild and withdraws into herself. But now, with a bit of success, she's acting up. So, are you acting like a hooligan, or are you acting like a lady, or are you acting like a natural-born Soviet airwoman?
No, she's talking. She's not reading her voice, but she's speaking with confidence. So I guess is a lady, ladylike.
I think that's a lady or an airwoman. Go with lady. What's your guts?
I got +1 in guts.
Okay, then roll +1.
9.
9, including your +1. 8 + 1 = 9. Gotcha. So yeah, you have the choice then of making someone do what you want, or ensuring there are no consequences for this little outburst you've just had, or adding one to the mission pool. But I'm guessing since that will be tomorrow's mission, you might want to deal with just having your say and not getting into trouble for it. But
I guess she need to add with the mission pool, maybe give us a correct intel this time. She doesn't care about the consequences anymore.
Excellent.
She's on a rampage path.
Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so add one to the mission pool for next week.
Yeah.
And Captain Lobodeva is somewhat taken aback by the... She has some confidence in your leadership abilities. Everybody remembers that wonderful speech you made over 6 months ago now. But I think seeing you with a bit of fire in your eyes, she's going to forgive this transgression just this once. This is all her internal thought process. She's not telling you. But she says, very well, perhaps you would like to fly the reconnaissance missions next time.
Yeah. If this serve our sister and save our sister and make a good intel, not like she tried to save the men's intel, but she's just suddenly shut up. She said she don't get into that much trouble, so
that much self-preservation left.
Right. Very well. If you fancy a daytime mission tomorrow, maybe you will make a supply, or later today, I should say, because it is tomorrow already. Maybe later today, you fancy a daytime mission.
Yeah.
Okay. We need you to survey the situation on the Malaya Zemla beachhead and make a supply drop there. I think somebody as skilled an airwoman who's so observant of correct procedure would do very well on this mission. You can go and tell your colleagues.
Okay. We have some news. We have to make a supply drop during the day. I know it's a very hard mission, but it will save some souls, and we need to do it as efficient and quick as we can.
We can do it.
Yeah. I know that is not our style. They call us the night witches, but we are the witches. I see fear in their eyes. Even the men here fear us because we are making their job harder. They envy us. They envy our successes.
right. Can we go right away? If I go to sleep, I will not wake up.
Well,
Yeah.
I think you probably can. So just coming out of character for a moment, I'm suggesting we've got 20 minutes left in this session. I imagine that there will be some daytime moves that you want to do to prepare for this mission and build your mission pool. Shall we see whether we can complete at least those daytime moves this session and then maybe start with the attack in the afternoon later?
Yep.
Sure.
Sounds
Very
good.
well. So, right, you've got your instructions. A daring daytime attack and defense of your Russian Soviet naval infantry colleagues. A great mission that will definitely show the men on the airfield exactly what you think of them. But how are you going to prepare in your slow old ships?
I think Saika is, during breakfast, she's taking out her survival rations. I think there's chocolate there, and uses it to share with her comrades to try to team build and get some good feelings going. So we chocolate for breakfast.
Your saved chocolate ration that you've been keeping secret from everybody else.
Exactly.
Is that enough of a truth for that to be a reaching out maneuver?
Yeah, why not? Maybe I stole some chocolate. Of course, from the men.
Okay, then. Do you want to reach out?
I'm reaching out. 7.
7. Ooh. Let me find it. Hold on. It's not going to be quite enough, is it?
Remove one harm, change the target and or tone of a currently filled regard slot. Or
it's just one thing, yeah. So you're planning on adding one to the mission pool, I'm guessing then, Zyka?
Yep. Team building.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And hopefully no one will look at us when we eat our chocolate and ask where they come from.
Yeah, seeing this bond that we are getting together, Anusha is just saying, I know I've been distant this whole 6 months. I'm staying silent. I've not been talkative as I've been before. I'm sorry about that. I failed you. I failed our sisters that died. I hope that you forgive me. I try as we can to stay as a family. You're the only family that I've left now. I cannot lose anyone else anymore. That's why I've been distant. I hope that you forgive me.
Saika gives Anusha a hug and says, "You have grieved enough now. Now it's time for revenge."
Yeah. She thanks Zaika and she's just fell into tears.
Excellent. Do you need to do anything to prepare the planes for the daylight mission?
Yes, we need to go through the planes, I think.
Yeah, we need to paint it as in. I guess they don't have P2 plane, but
yeah, I don't know. I'm imagining the underside of these planes will be painted black because that's generally what night bombers were. And what you might want to do, and of course, some of the Russian Air Force are flying British-provided Hurricanes, I guess, in 43. And they will probably all come with sky blue underwings. Does anybody want to try and scrounge some of that sky blue paint from the 218 Squadron?
I would. We'll see how.
Okay. Do you want to go for a scrounge?
I would love to go for a scrounge.
Do you want to roll plus luck?
Yeah, my luck's 0, but we're gonna roll. Let's see. I'm rolling rainbow chrome metal dice, and I'm rolling this kind of bronze dice. I'll see if they do me well. Otherwise, they're going into jail.
Do you want to name
Brown
some
is going
players?
into jail. That's 6.
Oh no. No. It can't be acquired for love or money. I feel I'm going to have to do a GM move here. I think I'm going to have to do a GM move, and I am going to have to. So I could do inflict harm or scarcity as established. But I'm going to bring gender into it, show them the darkness on your horizon, or offer an opportunity and name the price. I'm not going to do opportunity and name a price because that's an advance, and actually this mission is going to be in advance anyway. I think I'm going to bring your gender into it here. There are can't be got for money, but it might be got for love, says not particularly attractive grounds mechanic who thinks his luck is in with these glamorous women pilots. He's quite impressed by you as pilots, but also at the same time, as a man, he feels somewhat threatened, and there is a way he feels he can get power over you. He'll give you the paint you need, but it comes at a price, and he thinks you know what that price is.
A meeting at the burned down farm, maybe. A secret.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so mean. But yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, nothing can happen on the base. He doesn't want to get caught, but he's going to suggest a rendezvous at that farm you drew.
Yeah. Right here.
That farm there. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
You can probably meeting and get the paint first.
Yeah, that's the question. Do I get the paint before or after the meeting?
But then a pulley truck can meet.
I think he's pretty confidently saying it will come after.
Yeah. I'm going to agree to meet him.
Okay. So we will, for the benefit of the audience and for our fellow players here, draw a veil over that.
Yep.
But I just want to read the description. There's a powerful dramatic kernel at the heart of the Night Witches, and it revolves around gender. Don't shy away from it. So consider yourself not shied away from.
Yep.
And yes, we shall draw a veil over that. But eventually, without much time for the paint to dry before you got to take off, you come carrying, I reckon, 3 cans of sky blue paint. Not from the supply depot, as you might imagine, but across the fields from that farm.
I didn't know they were storing the paint in the farm.
Yeah, exactly what that was. That's fantastic.
Well, now I was going to, by the way, sorry. All I was going to say is I would like to reach out to the Politruk.
What about what thing?
Well, I've recently discovered that there are bourgeoisie agents in the 218th Air Unit. Unfortunately, for that information, I think there's some suggestion they might have been doing something to the maps. It would be really useful to get some maps of the village that the place that we're going to, so that I can confirm my suspicions.
Okay, so is this based on the bourgeoisie man Gregor that had you saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm selling him down the.
So this isn't anything to do with any incident that may have happened at a nearby farm, is what I just want to make clear.
No.
Okay.
No.
So
I mean, when I find out about that, I'll probably use that as well. But that's for a future moment.
Well, I think the fact is, Anusha, that when it's all hands on deck and you've been waiting for Yulia to turn up with the paint for some time, and then she comes traipsing across the fields with the paint, Valentina isn't there, so it's only the four of you that have got 3 planes to paint, while Valentina is off talking with the Polichuk. So, Valentina, what are you saying?
So, well, I don't know what her name. What was her name? Irina, I think, or something like that.
Let me just see if I've got it in my notes. Oh yeah, we've got Olga Basukova.
Ah, that's right. Yep. Okay.
Or it may be Sveta Sheremeteva, the deputy Politruk, who we've had most of our dealings with.
Oh, okay. It's probably Sveta. I wouldn't want to bother. No. So Lieutenant Sveta, I guess we'll go with that. Yep. Lieutenant Sveta. We've been given a very dangerous mission today in flying out during the day to help save, our comrades who are fighting on the front line. Before I go, I think it's really important that I share the information I've gleaned on some of the activities of some members of the 218th. And also, I was hoping, obviously not as payment, but just to help us with the mission while we're doing this, that we might get some access to some of the latest scouting intel on what's happening with the naval infantry, just so that we've got a very good idea. But if you could look into that for me, urgently, I'm very keen to share this information I've gleaned on the 218th.
Okay, now this is sounding to me not so much like a reaching out, but an acting up.
Yeah, or a
because you're making a demand.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you're acting like a natural-born Soviet airwoman.
Which, unfortunately, I have no medals.
Yeah, and so it's just going to be a basic dice roll, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Do you agree with that judgment?
I got 9.
9. Right. So, you can get those maps if you want. You can add one to the mission pool.
Which is adding one to the mission pool. Yep, but there will be consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Consequences.
Consequences.
Yeah,
I think the consequences are not going to come from the Sveta. I think I may deal with those consequences next week.
Something from the 218th, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. All right, add one to the mission pool.
Add one to the mission pool. So we have a mission pool of only 2 now, don't we?
Yeah, but still, Anna.
We have got that paint, but it's not necessarily going to have any positive effect to the mission pool, I think. But we shall see. You know what? I reckon we've got 5 minutes. Let's try and leave this on a cliffhanger. Let's leave it mid-mission. Okay. It is time for Wheels Up. Unusually in the early afternoon. your 3 slow planes, they seem so much slower in the daylight when you can see each other as they struggle to lift themselves off the turf runway and into the sky, laboring to cruising height and then turning in the direction of the maps that Valentina has. I assume, Valentina, you're wayfinding, but I may be wrong, or rather your navigator is.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh no, well I could have given. Could I
Well,
have
you
given the
can. I
maps
mean,
to-
it's up to
Can
you
I give
guys.
the maps to Anusha? I think Anusha's the best navigator, right?
Right. So, Anusha, you're leading
Yeah.
the mission in the daylight.
Okay. Okay, so I will do the wayfind. Okay, I will
Indeed.
give it to Anna. I'll let Anna do the wayfind.
Anna, right. Okay.
Oh, so that means me. Because Anna's the pilot.
Anna's a pilot. So, Ulia,
Mm.
yes, you have the map.
Oh, right, no, Anna is Valentina's pilot. So,
Oh,
No,
yeah.
way around.
Yeah.
Valentina is the pilot.
Oh, no, Anna is the. I'm lost. Yep, Anna's the navigator. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Sorry, I got lost.
right. So, you're giving it to Anna and Valentina, or are you giving it to Ulia and Major Kira?
Anna and
Not
Valen.
Major Kira.
Anna and,
I've got to stop calling her Major Kira.
Anna.
to Anna.
So I got an 8 on the wayfind.
8 on the wayfind. Right. They are waiting for you. Oh, well, no, you get to choose a consequence.
I get to
Do you
choose.
want to suffer a minor mechanical failure in which your plane is damaged, or do you want to risk enemy fire, or do you want to take 2 harm between you and your crewmate?
I'll go for mechanical failure.
Okay. So mechanical failure means that there'll be a wheels down episode at the end of the mission. Am I right, Thomas? I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're falling back slowly as now this isn't going to be an attack run, but whoever does the attack run is going to effectively be doing the similar sort of process, but to do a supply drop on the naval forces. I'm guessing canisters of ammunition or something like that.
Mm.
Yes.
So, who's going to roll for that?
I can do the attack run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well.
I've got +1 guts, so I can do the attack run. So
Yeah.
give
Well,
me.
don't forget we have 2 in the mission pool, but we have a wheel down, so be careful.
So a
Have enemy
5.
fire.
Oh my God!
No!
So a 5 can be lifted to a 7 with 2 mission full. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Which
Okay.
gives us a partial success at least.
So in this one, I'm reading the damage to target as not all the supplies land in the right zone.
Yep.
Some of them land among the enemy, or
Yep.
you fly through them a storm of flak. That's enemy fire. In fact, this may be involving German planes rather than flak. Or a plane in your section is damaged, and I will choose which one it is. Or you and your fellow airwoman are marked. Oh, and you've got to choose 2 of those.
Yeah, I got to choose 2. I'm going to choose marked because I think we did drop a portion of the supplies in enemy territory, which is always suspect. Did you deliberately drop those supplies to help the fascists? And similar questions. And I think the Storm of Flak. I think we acquire an ME 109 for fun and giggles.
Okay. So we will leave that.
And you
this
did not look
episode.
impressed by that moment.
No, so I was just confused because yeah, but now I see it. You march. I think you did get them in target, but you're definitely putting Russians at risk. They're having to break cover to get to where the supplies are. But more importantly, you hear the buzz of an ME 109 on your tail. And that is where we will leave it for this session. We will return in 2 weeks to see how they deal with the fascists. Anyway, let's say goodbye to everybody right now.
Bye.
Farewell. 2 weeks' time. We'll see you again.
See ya.